Hallo and guten Morgen. I'm your host, Charlie. Today we have a very special guest all the way from Dusseldorf, Germany. This week's episode of The Current series starts now. Welcome back to today's episode of The Current. We'll be interviewing Charlotte Wolferink to find out about her semester at UNCW as an international student. Thanks for coming today, Charlotte.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So I actually met Charlotte because I'm her international mentor, student mentor. So she's doing a semester abroad here from Dusseldorf. So can you tell us a little bit about where you're from and where you go to college?
Yes, I'm from Germany. Originally I was born and raised there, but 2.5 years ago I moved to the Netherlands to study. And there I study in Nijmegen. That's the city, what it's called. And yes, now I'm here.
No, that's awesome. And what are you studying at your college?
I study international business communications, so kind of combining communication and business and also in an intercultural context. Yes.
That's awesome. So how did you find out about UNCW and what made you choose it?
Actually, UNCW is a partner university of my university in the Netherlands. So basically, what you do is check all the partner universities they have, and then you kind of go through. And it was clear to me to go out of Europe to just see something completely different. And then I chose the US, and then I looked into the different universities they had here. And yeah, the beach really spoke to me, and how the campus looks, and just the vibe. And then I just, decided to go here.
I love that so much. The beach is definitely a big reason why a lot of people come to UNCW for sure. So compared to your classes in the Netherlands, how do you think they are compared to the classes at UNCW?
I feel I wouldn't say, maybe sometimes they're more hard than they are here, but the main difference is that it's more like a class high school scenario here than at home. At home it's a lot of lectures where 100 people sit in one room and the professor just talks to you and you don't need to answer.
Right.
And also we just usually have one big exam at the end of the semester, or maybe two. But here it's a lot more quizzes, a lot more homework.
Right.
And I feel I guess it depends on what you're used to, but that's, I think, the main difference.
So do you think you like the way that the classes are in the Netherlands more, or have you been able to adapt here easily?
I think adapting is not that hard because high school is really similar to this.
Right.
But I think I prefer how it's done at home because, you just are there, you listen, and no one really cares if you're there or not.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so what has been your biggest culture shock so far? It can be just in general, or UNCW, or college specifically.
I would say with college that you have a lot of homework and quizzes, and maybe in the US general is the AC. Because it's running the whole day, the whole time, and I'm not used to that, and I don't, in the summer, of course, that's fine, but I don't like it when it's running at night, and especially if you have a room to share or apartment to share, that's hard to agree on, I guess.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And maybe also the food differences, because I'm used to cooking my own meals, because we don't have on-campus housing or dining halls, so I guess adapting to, eating at the dining hall a lot of times is different than at home.
Right. That's so funny because I couldn't imagine not putting my AC at 68 before I go to bed every single night.
Yeah, no, that's way too cold for me.
All right, so what has been your favorite thing about UNCW so far?
At UNCW, I feel that it's all one campus. You live on campus, you can walk to all your classes pretty fast. And that usually most of the people live on campus or really, really close. Because at home, some live 20 minutes away with the bike. So I guess, that depends. And also, that campus is really pretty, all of the resources, the gym or something. We don't really have that at home. And the beach, of course. I feel that's the best part.
So the beach is your favorite place you've been to in Wilmington, probably?
Yes, I think so.
That's awesome. And how does it compare to the beaches that you've been to in Europe?
I guess it depends where you go because the German beaches, it's pretty, but the weather is not as good. So you have to be really lucky if you go to the beach in Germany. But I feel if you go to France or Greece, that's a different level. You can compare that, but it's still really pretty here, and that you can go surfing. I think it's really fun.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you borrowed my surfboards that one time and got to go
Yes.
and try it out. All right, well, thank you for telling us all about that. And that wraps up our interview section for this week's episode. Next, we're going to be rating American snacks. But first, keep watching to hear about upcoming study abroad opportunities on Wave Watch.
Thanks, Charlie. Are you interested in furthering your education abroad? Check out the UNCW Study Abroad website for details about upcoming trips. Want to spend spring break in Peru? Find the application on the website and apply by November 17th. Or are you more interested in wellness in Panama? Apply by November 16th. Lastly, follow UNCW Study Abroad on Instagram at UNCW Study Abroad. Charlie and Charlotte, back to you.
Thanks, Anna. All right, so now we're going to get started with our little game for today, which is going to be rating American snacks.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah, so I went this morning and got 3 of my personal favorite snacks. I got something savory, so we got Cool Ranch Doritos, which you guys don't have a lot of ranch flavored stuff in Germany, right?
We don't have ranch at all.
That's insane because I know so many people here that would dump anything in ranch just to eat it. And then next, I did get a little breakfast thing, so I got a Pop-Tart. Have you had a Pop-Tart before?
No, not yet.
Okay,
But I've heard about
it's
it.
really good. Yeah, it's like definitely not as fresh as your pastries back home, but it's like we would put these in a little toaster and eat them in the morning when we were kids. And honestly, even in college, still to this day, for balling on a budget. And then lastly, I grabbed some Halloween candy because it is almost Halloween on Friday. Today is Wednesday. So I got candy corn. Have you had that before?
Also not.
Okay, it's a pretty good candy. I used to bring them in little Glad bags to class every day.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm gonna have you rate each one. We're gonna try it, and then I'm gonna have you rate it. And then at the end, you're gonna tell us what your favorite to least favorite is.
Sure.
Okay, so first we have the Doritos. If you wanna take one.
Okay.
They're really flavorful, I'm just letting you know beforehand. These are one of my favorite growing up. I would bring these to class all the time.
It tastes a bit like the sour cream one.
Oh, really? I've never thought that before.
I don't know.
I
that
could
was
see that though.
That was my first thought when eating, but I don't know.
No, that makes sense. I could see that, definitely. I don't know, I just love ranch so much.
Yeah.
Potato chips, sandwiches, anything. All right, next we have the strawberry Pop-Tart. I don't love the crust, so I normally just bite in the middle,
Okay.
but I mean, you can do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
You like it? I feel like we got chips on the frosting on this one a little bit. There's not much on there, but it does taste exactly like I remember.
Yeah, I think it's good. Like, I definitely like it better than the Doritos.
Okay, good to know. And then candy corn, I feel like this isn't everyone's favorite candy. Like, you're not gonna go to the store to get candy corn, but it's like one of those things I feel like you always have it around Halloween time.
Okay.
It's weird because you don't get it during trick-or-treating or anything, but I just feel like it's always a staple. Like, you have to have candy corn during Halloween, if that makes sense. And for like, it's on a lot of baked sweets, like cakes and stuff for decorations and things like that. It's basically just sugar, but you don't like that one? Okay, so what did you rate the Doritos on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think I would say 6. It's not bad, but it wouldn't be my favorite like go-to like chips I would buy.
Okay, for not eating ranch a lot, that's honestly a little bit higher than I thought you would rate it because it's a lot of flavor. So you either love it or you hate it, I would feel like.
But I think it's okay. It's not the best, but it's fine.
And what about the Pop-Tarts?
I think like an 8.
Okay.
I think I can imagine that like as a kid, like eating that to breakfast or like now as a snack. But like compared to like real baked sweets, yeah. But like on this scale, I would like say an 8.
Okay, that's pretty good. And what about the candy corn?
Like 2.
That's okay. So you wouldn't eat that one again?
No.
That's fine. That's okay. At least you experienced it during Halloween time.
Yes.
I mean, you got your first candy corn experience.
Yes.
In the U.S. All right, so the Pop-Tarts were her favorite. Candy corn, obviously, were her least favorite.
Yes.
So that's gonna wrap up our little mini game section that we had. Thank you so much for being here, Charlotte. It was really great to see you again.
Yes,
but I
thank
do
you.
have one last question. Do you have any advice for someone who's thinking about doing a semester abroad?
I think I would say just do it because it could be your best experience ever. And I feel like not depending on where you go, I feel like you always meet really nice people and you will get like a really nice experience. Yes.
That's really good advice. I loved that. Thank you so much for being here. I'm your host, Charlie, and this is Charlotte. Tune in next week for a new episode of The Current.